is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. We are up dead early on another fantastic Friday. We're so happy you're up with us. My name is Mark Daniels.
And I'm Gabrielle Gardner. Happy Friday, Bahamas.
Happy Friday. This is one of them Friday mornings where this cold weather sneak in and was like, you're not getting out of bed today.
Oh my gosh. This was probably, we get up pretty early to do this. And this was probably the first time when my alarm went off. I'm like, where am I going? And why? Why am I going?
Just questioning life. Like, why am I doing this again?
What have I agreed to?
We're doing this because of you people, our wonderful viewers out there who get up with us dead early on Monday and Friday, and you even catch the reruns during the week and on the weekend. So we up early for you, and this is why we're here. But guess what? I was a nice sleep last night, but I left my window open by the bedside, and I wake up, and Draft was sitting in my room. Big Draft sitting on my bed, my head heavy, because you got to look out for Draft. Draft is a thing.
This has been kind of funny because we spoke just before the show that one of my relatives actually believes that draft is not a real thing, that it's something that it's a Bahamian folklore that we made up for those days when it's chilly. But I do experience the draft. I think it does settle on me as well as my car, different things. So
Exactly.
you do have to protect yourself from the draft.
It's real, and it ain't no T on it, ain't draft. It's draft. It's one F, two Fs if you're trying to be extra, right?
This is the time for the time, and you got to cover up the baby's back.
The mole.
Yeah.
It is the mole. You got to cover up the baby mole because the draft will get in there, travel down the baby's head, and go somewhere else. So look out for the draft, everybody. We got to find out from Godfrey if draft is an official meteorological term, right? We'll find out from him when he comes in with weather. But we had a great week, and we're looking forward to a show with you today and getting into our weekend. So what do we got going on today? We've got the college winners in Central Bank's financial literacy video competition. We had the primary school winners, and now we've got the college winners with us today in the show. And Vivian Moultrie, author of our national motto, is here to speak with us and is also going to be a guest at the Bahamas Business Outlook next week. So don't miss that segment today.
We also have Doctors Hospital joining us to discuss their Institute of Learning's spring courses, and Stileet is here to perform his new song, The Bahamas is Big Thing. TCL invites you to the 32nd Annual Bahamas Business Outlook, Thursday, January 19th at the Baha Mar Convention Center. Register now at tclevents.com to attend. Registration is $275 for in-person attendance and $200 for virtual. We've got a great show for you, and all that is right after our first check on weather with Godfrey Burnside.
This is Weather at Sunrise.
Good. Thank you, guys, and good morning, Bahamas. And your first look at weather at sunrise. We've got a week front.
Look at weather sunrise, Mark, not the draft this morning. Let's deal with some dew, all right? And some mist. We'll deal with that this morning, and that's what we have outside. We do have that high pressure system done with the last couple of days. That's going to shift towards the east by this afternoon, make way for a strong cold front to move into Grand Bahama, Abaco, Bimini by early afternoon into the early evening hours, and then in over to Providence by tonight. And that's going to usher in a couple of showers, but some cooler temperatures behind that system tomorrow and into Monday. Today, we're looking at a mix of sun and clouds, but increasing cloudiness with some showers over the Grand Bahama, Abaco by afternoon, over New Providence by tonight. Your high temperature 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, partly cloudy skies on the mild side with a few nighttime showers along that frontal boundary. Your low temperature going down to 64 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados 85 and 78. In Jamaica, 86 and 74. In Trinidad, 87 and 73. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 82 and 68. Across North America, Atlanta, 43 and 31. In Boston, 54 and 39. In Miami, 76 and 49. Dallas, Texas, 54 and 37. And Toronto, Canada, 36 and 15. As you go through the week, you can expect that high pressure to build behind that sun brings some breezy condition and some hazardous marine conditions. So tomorrow we're looking at partly sunny, windy on the dry side, and then by Sunday again, partly sunny, starting out breezy, but those winds will start decreasing by Sunday, and a pretty good week ahead of that. So the temperature daytime will now become in the mid to upper 70s daytime, at nighttime upper 50s to 60s at nighttime. That puts you up in your first look at weather sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Gabrielle.
Thanks, Godfrey. For the third year, the Central Bank of the Bahamas engaged students in its Get Money Smart Bahamas financial literacy video essay competition. This year's theme was, Are Foreign Exchange Controls Still Relevant for the Bahamas? On Monday, we featured the primary school winners, and today we have the college winners. Joining us, we have Merisha Butler, first place, University of the Bahamas, and Yolanda Johnson, semi-finalist, University of the Bahamas. Good morning, ladies, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
So I guess to both of you, this is an interesting dynamic. I'm trying to think of what I was thinking about when I was in college. I don't think it was necessarily financial literacy and the relevance of currencies. What made you want to enter the competition?
Okay, so I wanted to enter the competition because the first year it premiered, I was interested, but I didn't have the confidence at the time. I don't know, I thought I wasn't going to win or I wasn't going to execute it properly. But my mother encouraged me and she was like, this year you should win, you should join and participate. And so that's what made me join this year.
And aren't you glad you joined?
I am glad, yes, ma'am.
Things turned out. Yolanda?
I thought entering the competition would be an interesting way to learn about finance in the Bahamas, as I'm interested in all things like business related, as it is my major. And also the prize money was an incentive as well.
Yes, very much so. So what did you think of when you heard the theme? Are foreign exchange controls still relevant for the Bahamas?
So I thought it was very research-based from the last 2 years. The last 2 years were more so, let's ask a family member, but this topic this year was, I have to do some real research.
Yes.
So afterwards, when I read it, I was like, I think it is relevant, but I didn't know why. So I know I needed to do my background research.
Same with Merisha. I wasn't totally confident in the topic when I first saw it. I was kind of afraid of it, but I was excited to learn more about it as I researched and completed the video essay.
I mean, just out of curiosity, what are your majors?
My major is economics and finance.
My major is marketing, but I also plan to switch it to economics and finance.
Okay, so it's not completely removed, but you still had to do a great deal of research.
Yes.
What did that research process look like for you?
I probably worked on the video before actually starting to film, maybe a month. I was on every site possible that had anything to do with foreign exchange controls. I was asking my lecturers. I just was trying to find anyone that could help me to get the best information possible.
Yes, I read countless articles, like anything I could find basically about foreign exchange controls, and I tried to, like make it into like a concise 3 to 5 minute essay. It was also pretty difficult because when the first time I filmed it was over. So I was trying to, take out the parts which was important, which is not. Basically try to get the most important parts of the essay. So it was kind of difficult at first, but it got easier.
Well, I watched both of your essays and I was really impressed. And both of you really seem to have a strong command of the material. So congratulations to you. You very much so deserved it.
Thank you.
Merisha, of course, you won first place. How did that feel?
That felt like a breath of fresh air. When I finished, I was so overwhelmed with everything I had to do because my video, as you can tell, I was all over the island. I was researching, asking people around. So when I finished and I won, I was like, oh my goodness. I was over the moon. I was overjoyed.
I found your video to be really creative. It was actually fun to watch. Again, this whole experience watching both of your videos was very informative for me because I didn't know why foreign exchange controls were still relevant.
That's how I began to learn.
Where did you come up with your acronym for GERMS?
So I first had the 5 points in mind, and I was trying to find, okay, it's 5 full points. I should find something that could resemble those in one word. And I was just scrambling letters around, and I found the word germs, and I was like, why would that make sense? And I found out that I'm talking about money, and money carry a lot of germs. So I was like, okay, this is going to work. So G was for the growth in money supply. E was for the exchange rate stabilization. R was for the preservation of the foreign exchange reserves. M was for the monitor of the movement of money. And S was for protection against the speculative attacks.
Absolutely. And see, what I love about acronyms like that is it really makes it possible for it to stick in your mind. So I'm really impressed with how both of you took these complex concepts and just made them very simple. To you, Yolanda, you talked about the sterling area in your video. Can you tell us about what that actually refers to?
So the sterling area consisted of a group of countries, mostly members of the Commonwealth, back in the early 1900s. So they pegged their currency to the British pound, which is also known as sterling, instead of gold, which they abandoned the gold standard and they went to the British pound, also known as sterling.
So both of you would have actually won cash prizes, to my understanding. Yolanda, you would have won 800?
I believe it's 1,200.
1,200, okay, much better. And Merisha?
5,000.
5,000. Okay, this is big money. I know when I was in college, that was a lot of money. That might have been my little budget for quite a few weeks in terms of survival. What do y'all plan to do with this money?
So I would like to invest at least about 75 of it. I'm not sure. Currently, I'm asking my lecturers about finance and investment options to see where I can best multiply this money back to double and triple how much the amount is.
I love it. That's financial literacy in motion.
Yes. Well, I plan to spend some of it for my birthday next month, so it'll come perfect and handy.
I love that. I know you mentioned that last year you thought about being part of the competition, but you were afraid to. I know you said your mom kind of encouraged you, but was that the cash prize? What was it that really made you change your mind?
At the time, I think last semester was one of my roughest semesters. I don't know, it was a lot going on. And because the topic related to my major so much, I felt like it would be confirmation if I joined the competition and executed as well as I did. And lo and behold, I did. So because of the incentive of the cash prize, the confirmation that I needed, and because it pertained so much to my major, I was like, this is the time.
Definitely want to get into it.
Yes.
Yolanda, what was that deciding factor that made you want to be a part?
Well, I believe I was really interested in the competition, and this is the first year that was open to college students, so I wanted to take full advantage of that because I felt like I felt like not many students would apply. They're afraid of the topic because it looked very scary at first, but as you dissect it and start completing the essay and whatnot, you realize that it's not so hard. It's not that big and scary after all.
What would your advice be to someone who is considering, I guess in the next iteration of the competition, considering participating? What would your advice be to them?
I would say to jump in. I felt like the process took really long because I wanted it to look the best it could possibly look. But once you start, most people say that every process, the starting process is the hardest. So once you start, it just flows. It just continues to flow.
And what did you enjoy most about participating in the competition?
Oh, I enjoyed spending time with my father who filmed the video because he's actually into media. He's a videographer and a photographer, so I was like perfect. He was able to do it, recorded everything for me, so I really appreciate that, basically. So the part I enjoyed the most.
And I mean, I guess it goes without saying, but the top two competitors from this division are ladies, and I absolutely love that. How does it feel, you know, I guess to represent for the women that, you know, your videos did so well, and it just so happens that both of you are ladies?
It felt amazing, woman power all the time. When I actually know Yolanda from my high school, so when I saw, I was like, oh my goodness, go girl. But yes, it felt really good to win.
Yes, I was really shocked at first. I was like, you know, I know this girl. I was trying to remember, like, right when I was like, watching a video, I was like, oh, I think she went to, you know, my high school, Kingsway. But I mean,
I also went to Kingsway. This is another point of pride for me. Go Saints.
Yes. But yes, like you said, girl power all the way.
I love that. Well, ladies, you did an amazing job. You won a top prize, which you absolutely deserve. I hope you have lots of fun. I know you're planning to invest your money, but I hope you spend a little bit on yourself. Happy birthday in advance. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
So the push-to-talk device is a beautiful device. It operates on our world-class cellular network. You can take pictures, you can take videos, you can put your persons in different groups. If they want the engineering team to have a different communication than the finance team or the security team, you can do that with the push-to-talk device. And that's not something that you can actually do with a regular communications radio device. We have several different types of devices. There's the 380, the 580 plus, and then there's the 590 plus, which is the top of the line device.
I used to think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem, just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
The Salvation Army Bahamas helps thousands of individuals and families in need. This is why your donations at Red Kettles are so important. If you don't carry cash, donate Sand Dollars, the digital version of the Bahamian dollar. Use any Sand Dollar enabled digital wallet to scan the QR code at Salvation Army Kettles or to donate Sand Dollars remotely. For a list of providers and to learn more about the digital Bahamian dollar, visit sanddollar.bs. You are invited to the 32nd Annual Bahamas Business Outlook on Thursday, January 19th at the Bahamar Convention Center with keynote speaker Prime Minister the Right Honorable Philip Davis. A diverse slate of speakers from various industries will address the theme Forward, Upward, Onward Together in celebration of the nation's 50th year of independence. Register now at tclevents.com to attend. The in-person rate is $275, or you can join virtually for $200. Don't miss Bahamas Business Outlook, January 19th.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. You're up dead early on a fantastic Friday, and we thank you for staying with us. We enjoyed that segment just now featuring Central Banks of the Bahamas college winners of the Get Money Smart Bahamas Financial Literacy Video Essay Competition. And now we're going to take a look at the top two videos from Merisha Butler from the University of the Bahamas and Yolanda Johnson. Enjoy these videos and maybe you'll learn something new.
Foreign exchange. Foreign exchange. Foreign exchange.
We were going to Venice, Italy for an art exhibition and they use euros. That's how I began to learn about foreign exchange. Exchange controls are a system of laws, rules, and procedures that control all foreign exchange transactions in the Bahamas. Some of the exchange controls are the total ban of use, restriction on how much, and fixed exchange rate. Although these controls were founded legally by the Exchange Control Act of 1952 and the Exchange Control Regulations of 1956, their true origins may be found between the United Kingdom and the other British Commonwealth nations, including the Bahamas.
Nothing, just fog. That means we're approaching Britain.
The Sterling region, formed in the early 1930s, was a group of countries that either utilized the pound sterling as their own currency or tied their currencies to it. To guarantee that the reserves were safeguarded and only used for legitimate purposes, members implemented standard exchange control regulations.
Okay, enough about history. Let's get into these reasons. All in all, to answer the question, yes, foreign exchange controls are relevant for the Bahamas for 5 main reasons. Let me tell you why. Reason number 1.
Growth in money supply. It restricts money supply growth of the domestic currency. Some may ask, why should we restrict the supply of money? Doesn't more money make us rich? In fact, as a central bank, printing too much money can lead to hyperinflation, the general increase in prices at a high rate, and in excess, a collapse in the economy.
At the end of the war, $1 would buy roughly 4 marks. 5 years later, $1 would buy 4.2 trillion marks. That's trillion with a T.
I'm sure by now everyone has heard of the collapse in Germany's economy in the 1920s. During that hyperinflation period when it financially made more sense for them to literally burn their money for warmth than to buy wood for a fireplace.
Let's talk about the exchange rate. Reason number 2.
Exchange rate stabilization. It maintains a stable pegged exchange rate with the U.S. Countries choose to peg their currency to safeguard the competitiveness of their exports while protecting its own economic interests, keeping the country's exchange rate low, helping with exports.
Reason number 3 relies heavily on our central bank. Let's talk about foreign reserves preservation.
Assets held by a central bank in foreign currencies are known as foreign exchange reserves.
You have the audacity to ask the bank for money. Do you have any idea of the capital that this bank has invested in you?
These reserves help maintain debts and have an impact on monetary policy. It includes any foreign currency that a central bank such as the Central Bank of the Bahamas holds. Central bank hold reserves for various reasons. I think the Central Bank of the Bahamas, however, specifically hold foreign reserves to keep the value of our domestic currency at a stable rate, maintain the ease of access to cash in case of a crisis, and also to diversify the economy's portfolio.
Now, for reason number 4, let's visit one of our tourist attractions. We're talking about tourism. Let's go.
Balance of payments. Foreign exchange controls protect the country's balance of payments, its movement of money in and out of the nation. Tourism is trade and export, boosting income and profits, but it is also vulnerable as we are a small, open, developing, export-oriented economy. Since there is a heavy reliance on imports for consumption and development, tourism generates the majority of foreign exchange.
And finally, in my opinion, the riskiest of them all. Reason number 5.
Speculative use of the currency. Speculation is the act of executing a risky financial transaction with the expectation that it can lead to a profit.
Asia's worst currency crisis before the turn of the century that grew into a global financial meltdown.
The 1990s Asian financial crisis was believed to be triggered by American billionaire investor George Soros because of currency speculation attacks. Speculative attacks can lead to the devaluation of currencies while the foreign spectator in question profits.
Bahamian government decided to keep the foreign exchange controls. However, not every country did so. In the Bahamas, exchange controls are still relevant because the benefits and safeguards outweigh the limitations, such as the inability to participate in free international trade. I know that was a mouthful. So in parting, to help you remember why the foreign exchange controls are still relevant for the Bahamas, I came up with the acronym GERMS. Yes, you heard me, GERMS.
Have you ever thought about how many people have touched the money in your pocket before you did? I think about it a lot. And also, I wash my hands 20 times a day.
Hello everyone, my name is Yolanda Johnson and I'm a proud freshman at the University of the Bahamas pursuing a business marketing degree. Today I'm excited to be dissecting the topic of foreign exchange controls still relevant for the Bahamas. To fully understand the topic, we must first know what are foreign exchange controls. Foreign exchange controls are government-imposed restrictions conducted in foreign currency, with foreign currency meaning any currency or notes other than the ones issued by the Central Bank of the Bahamas. The Central Bank is responsible for maintaining these controls. In a country where exchange controls are implemented, the use of foreign currency is not allowed. Currency can only be exchanged at government-approved money changers, also called authorized dealers. These exchange transactions have what is called an upper limit. There are also limits to how much foreign currency citizens can carry in cash in and out of the country. All rates of exchange are set by the government. Now, for a blast from the past. The foreign exchange controls we have today are based off the Exchange Control Act 1952 and the Exchange Control Regulations 1956. It came about through the monetary relationship that existed between the United Kingdom, the Bahamas, and the other Commonwealth nations. These countries had comprised an association known as the Sterling Area or Scheduled Territories, where the significant feature had been the common pooling of gold and foreign currency reserves of the area. Members such as the Bahamas adopted common exchange control policies to ensure that the reserves were protected and spent only in the interest of all concerned. This relationship, however, ended in 1972 with the dissolution of the Sterling Area. What is the purpose of exchange controls? The purpose of exchange control is to protect our currency value, control expansion in the money supply, to safeguard the balance of payments, and protect foreign reserves. Currently, the Bahamian dollar is valued at parity or the same amount as a US dollar. Since the Bahamian dollar is not internationally recognized, the Bahamas' relationship with America allows our currency to be based on theirs as they have a strong dollar value. That is important as it stabilizes an economy, attracts international investors, and allows for more goods to be purchased. Additionally, exchange controls limit expansion in the money supply. With more money in circulation, we are likely to have a problem called inflation. Inflation is when there is an increase in the money supply which can lead to a depreciation in its value and the exchange rate. For example, one Bahamian dollar is equal to 0.0065 of the Jamaican dollar because they have a weaker dollar value, which allows less items to be purchased. Next, foreign exchange controls safeguard the balance of payments equilibrium. The balance of payments is defined as the difference between exports and imports, usually at the end of the year. It shows how a country's economy is doing. Some of our local imports include cars, electronics, and food. However, our greatest export is tourism. Lastly, the central bank must ensure that the external reserves are maintained at 50% of the value of total notes and coins in circulation in the bank. However, external reserves have been maintained comfortably above this in the Bahamas. The purpose of external reserves are to keep fixed rate value, maintain competitively priced exports, and to be prepared in the possibility of a crisis such as COVID-19. How do individuals and businesses gain access to foreign currency? Foreigners doing business in the Bahamas must be designated as a resident or a non-resident. This is determined based on where the company functions. Banks that are considered authorized dealers are the only ones able to conduct foreign currency transactions with Bahamian citizens, unless with the controller's permission. Some examples of authorized dealers are the Bank of the Bahamas and the Royal Bank of Canada. Authorized dealers are required to correct the positions through the purchases of foreign exchange from the central bank. Foreign exchange controls prohibit international banks from investing in domestic securities, and they generally are not permitted to hold Bahamian dollar balances except for the purpose of payments locally. To conclude, are foreign exchange controls relevant? The answer is yes! Foreign exchange controls are necessary in protecting the Bahamian economy. Although many countries no longer use exchange controls, such as the United Kingdom and Egypt, as it is considered outdated, foreign exchange controls are still relevant to the Bahamas as it protects our currency. Foreign reserves controls the expansion of the money supply and contributes to a positive balance of payments. In my opinion, foreign exchange controls in the Bahamas are here to stay.
Since 1967, Freeport Oil Company Limited has been dedicated to fueling growth and prosperity in the Bahamas. We have been a constant pillar within the country, striving to invest and support our community through the best of times and the worst of times. For us, Full Call represents 21 years of strength and consistency, consistent leadership, consistent growth, consistent customer service. Through it all, we are resilient. Full Call, fueling growth for people.
With the help of our authorized financial institutions, or AFIs, using sand dollars is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Step 1. Identify your preferred AFI by browsing their websites or contacting them directly. Step 2. Download the free mobile application from Google Play or the Apple Store and then register for a sand dollar account. Step 3. Load money onto your mobile app and begin sending and receiving sand dollars or purchasing and selling goods and services.
We are pleased to be
your central bank approved
digital wallet providers.
It does not matter
which of us you choose.
You can pay for goods and services
wherever sand dollar is accepted.
We are all in this together.
Visit sanddollar.bs for more information.
One thing, two things, blue thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right, and in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We are here dead early on a fantastic Friday, and we are here at the mid-show. We had a wonderful first half of the show. My name is Mark Daniels.
And I'm Gabrielle Gardner.
I felt like I am a lot smarter when it comes to financial literacy now.
Oh, yeah.
Between Monday's show and today, that I know everything there is to know about financial literacy, because it's the primary school students, they had a take on it. And now we had the college students, and all great videos. I always learn so much.
I feel genuinely enriched. I'm impressed because I'm not quite sure that, I mean, even in college, much less primary school, that I would have been able to, I guess, be so eloquent with thoughts about financial literacy. But I was really blown away with the material that they put together. Impressed. I was very proud to see that our college winners went to Kingsway.
Oh, there you go.
Our alma mater, so.
Yeah, I went in until finished up grade 9, and then, I went to Temple Christian. So big up to the Suns, too, They finished me off. They polished me off.
Well, I went to preschool at TC, too, so clearly we had similar journeys.
All around, man. Big up to the Suns and the Saints, oh damn, man. Yeah, we had an exciting first half of the show, and we got more coming up in the second half. Doctor's Hospital is here.
Stileet will perform his new song. The Bahamas is big thing. We're all looking forward to that. But for now, we'll take a second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
This is Weather at Sunrise.
Thank you, Gabrielle. Good morning, Bahamas. And your second look at weather at sunrise. High pressure that dominated the last couple of days going to shift towards the east. That's going to make way for a strong cool front to move into the extreme northwest Bahamas by late afternoon, across the province tonight, ushering some windy conditions, but also some cooler temperatures for the weekend. In your marine forecast, winds southwesterly at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet ahead of that cool front, but increasing 15 to 25 knots, seas building 5 to 8 feet after frontal passage over the northwest Bahamas. Southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the central and southeastern islands. On Saturday, those winds northwesterly at 15 to 25 knots, seas 5 to 8 feet in northwest and central Bahamas, west to northwest at 15 knots, sea 2 to 5 feet over the southeastern islands. Then on Sunday, those winds north to northeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet in northwest and central Bahamas, 15 knots, sea 3 to 5 feet over the southeastern islands. Yata, high gain tomorrow morning at 23 minutes past midnight. Sunset, 5:40 this evening, rising was 6:56, UV index 8, your water temperature 71 degrees Fahrenheit, honeymoon phase now moving towards the last quarter. Weekend outlook, cold front moves into central Bahamas by tomorrow, high pressure builds, windy conditions, but you're looking at partly sunny skies. Most of the activity should move into the central and southeastern islands by Saturday. So a lovely weekend in store, but it's going to be on the cool side at daytime and the cool side at nighttime. The temperature daytime will be in the mid to upper 70s daytime, at nighttime, upper 50s to lower 60s. That's what you're up when you final look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Gabrielle.
Opportunities.
Hospital Institute of Learning is a post-secondary institution that provides trending education for the Bahamas' workforce. Registration for the spring semester is open now. Here to tell us more is Christina Anderson, the director of the Institute of Learning in the Doctors Hospital Health System. Good morning, Christina, and welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely. So what is the concept behind the Institute of Learning?
Well, Doctors Hospital Institute of Learning, as you stated, is a post-secondary training and educational institution. We are designed to prepare, provide, and position learners to achieve their life goals and aspirations through advanced certifications.
What kind of courses are you offering, and are they limited to the medical field?
The courses that we'll be offering this upcoming spring semester 2023 will include our patient care technician program, which is our PCT program. So basically that program prepares students to assist nurses and the medical staff in the clinical field. In addition to that, we have our pharmacy technician program that will be coming up for persons who are interested in working along with the pharmacist. We also have our CCMA, which is a Certified Clinical Administrative Assistant program, and that program is dual goal. It allows persons who enroll to be able to function in the capacity of a medical assistant in addition to a clinical assistant. And for those who are just interested in the administrative part of it, then we have the CMAA that is specific to that. Additionally, we have the telemetry program that we are introducing, and that program allows persons who are in the medical field to be able to monitor ECG at the patient's bedside, in addition to our phlebotomy program that we are also bringing back on for the spring. And so for persons who are interested in blood collection and laboratory testing, then definitely that is the field for you. So those are just a few of our programs in addition to our American Heart Association training courses, which would be basic life support for those who are in the medical field, and for those who are not in the medical field, definitely Heart Saver that consists of rendering first aid and CPR to persons.
Wow.
So those are just a few of our offerings for this upcoming spring semester.
That is a lot, especially for just a snippet. So that's excellent that you have all those resources available. Are the classes primarily online or are they in person?
Okay, so we do provide that flexibility. Most of our classes are blended, and we and on-the-go learning. So we have that option. Some of our classes are fully virtual, such as our medical terminology and anatomy and physiology. A lot of our other classes, such as the PCT, CCMA, those will be blended, where the theory part will be completed online through our LMS system, which is our Blackboard system. And this provides an opportunity for not just persons here in New Providence to be able to enroll, but those in our family islands as well. And then because those classes require an internship or practicum, definitely that will be the on-site portion of it, with the face-to-face for the practical skills. So for those who are on the family islands who want to enroll, and that may be a concern for them, students are able to complete their practical or internship sessions as well. So most definitely we are driven to try to provide a variety of learning modalities for students to meet, for sure.
Wow. So I know that the registration is open now. Can you tell me how long the registration period lasts, when that window closes, and then when do classes begin?
Sure. So yes, registration is currently open now at this time. It is scheduled to close January 23rd. There are persons who have circumstances where they are unable to give you that contact information in just a few seconds, so that we can accommodate you as best as we can, because we want to ensure that no one is left out, most definitely. Okay, so yes, the registration period closes January 23rd, and exceptions can be made for persons due to extenuating circumstances. Persons can apply directly on our website. We have the link, and I will give that address right now for persons who want to make note of that. So the address for the website is Doctors Hosp, so that's doctorshosp.com/institute-of-learning. So once you log on to that website, that will direct you to the admissions link, where you are able to apply, and additional information is also provided on that website, such as schedule days for classes, in addition to cost fees. Payment plan options are also available for persons as well. So we don't want persons to look at the fee and be like, oh, I cannot afford that. Please just have a conversation with us, and let's see how best we can work with you.
I love that. Can you tell us a little bit about the lecturers or the facilitators of these classes?
Oh, most definitely. So all of our faculty are qualified. Most of them have their master's degree and PhD in these specialty areas, so they are equipped with the knowledge and skills to definitely ensure your success. Okay, so some of our faculty members are Donnell Roll, who oversees the PCT program. We also have Alia Brown, who will be assisting with the CCMA program, and Jamero as well, Pinder, who will be assisting with the CCMA program. And all of these persons, like I said, have their degrees as well as advanced certifications in the specialty areas. So definitely for all the areas, they are equipped with qualified persons who are able, like I stated previously, to ensure your success.
That's awesome. And I just want to get this as our final question. What is the formal accreditation that people will receive once they would have completed these courses?
Okay, so the good news is we offer both local and international certifications for all of our programs. So persons are able to get their certifications recognized here in the Bahamas, in addition to international, if they choose to pursue that option. So as it relates to the NACOB certification here in the Bahamas, that is one of our local accreditation bodies. So persons are able to be recognized through that body. So that is our national accreditation and equivalency Council of the Bahamas. So our courses are registered through that body, in addition to our Health Profession Council. Definitely some of our courses are registered through there. And then different international bodies, very dependent on the discipline that students enroll in. So once you visit our website, the international and local accrediting body, my apologies, are listed there on the website as well for additional information.
Absolutely wonderful. This was extremely informative, and I'm sure that many of our viewers are going to reach out to take advantage of these learning opportunities. Thank you for joining us on the show this morning.
Thank you for having me. Yes.
All
Have
right.
a good day.
And thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
The islands of the Bahamas. Fly away.
What do you want from a cloud solution? You want flexibility and edge? You want to modernize applications with the ability to deliver new ones with lightning speed. You want an infrastructure that's automated, secure, cost-effective, and scalable. You want to give the end user the freedom they want with the control you need. You can't get all that from just any cloud. You need something better. You need Bahamas Cloud. Contact the experts today at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Hi, I'm Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, local international banks that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
You are invited to the 32nd Annual Bahamas Business Outlook on Thursday, January 19th at the Bahamar Convention Center with keynote speaker Prime Minister the Right Honorable Philip Davis. A diverse slate of speakers from various industries will address the theme Forward, Upward, Onward Together in celebration of the nation's 50th year of independence. Register now at tclevents.com to attend. The in-person rate is $275, or you can join virtually for $200. Don't miss Bahamas Business Outlook, January 19th.
Welcome back. We've got a big treat for you today. When he was last on the show, he performed his big hit, We Rakin' and We Scrapin', but he's back with a fresh new tune called The Bahamas is Big Ting, and he's going to get us shaking our leg dead early here on Bahamas at Sunrise. Let's welcome the Bahamian Rake and Scrape phenomenon, Stileet, everybody. Yes, good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. Welcome back, my brother.
Morning, all the social media world. God is good. My Bahamians, Bahamas, morning.
You know, you are one of the most active performers out there. You got the energy, you got the vibe. Tell us, what have you been up to since the last time we saw you?
Well, I've been traveling the world. I recently moved here to Nassau. As you know, I represent the 242 at all costs. I represent you, I represent my Bahamians all over the world. I have a plan to buy Stileet Kids Music and Mentoring Club. I have a GoFundMe for that. Celebrity Chef Seafood Cafe. I be here at the Farmers Market on Gladstone Road, chefing up all good Bahamian food in your belly. Just producing music. I have came to the point now where I'm producing my own music, releasing new music. Today, two new songs will be released today, in addition to the Bahamas to Speak team.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Well, you know, you keep active, you keep busy. So what's the big plans for 2023?
2023, I'm going to travel the world. I am going to take Bahamian music and my legacy, my brand, to another level. It's all about leaving your purpose alive. So, you know, if you're not here when your time is up, you're still moving. People have something to look forward to. Your name will be called in a different era, knowing that, you know, you serve and you did exactly what you came here to do. That's my literal plan, to just make people them know. The Lord is good. That's all I can say. I got so much to say.
Well, for those who follow your music and are fans, they always hear you represent and say 242 to the world. You got the Bahamian flag with you. Tell us, why do you take this flag around you? What's the story behind this particular
What else
flag?
a mistake with me? Where else am I from? It's my duty. I was born in Moultrie, and I got raised from a little boy, you know, now here in New Providence, the capital. So if I go somewhere in the world, even though my sound, my culture, the way I speak, they will ask where I'm from, the way I operate, the sound of my music, who else I should represent if I'm from the 242? Right. What other colors I must put on my shoulder? What other country should I represent?
Only ours, right?
242, the Bahamas to the world.
You know, what makes you so passionate about Reagan's Crib? Because we can feel it when you talk, and we can even feel it even more when you perform.
Well, if you think about it, it should be an honor for anybody to represent where they're from. You owe it to your community. You know, you owe it to your background, your heritage, for the people who slaved to make us what we are today. So why not always represent you, stay Bahamian. If no matter where you're from, I encourage anybody to represent their country, because literally that's all you have. That's where you should be buried. That's where you should, all your accolades, everything should be contributed to. I'm from Moultrie, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Nothing else. I put in the cowbells, saw, drums, high energy, soul. My retro style is all about make sure you're melting people's faces for them to feel something different after paying bills, taking care of kids, the stress. Come, let's Stileet break down the energy for you. Let me show you how you're supposed to detox. You will need the gym. You will need a different gym after me.
I love it. I love it. And we can definitely feel, once again, the energy in the sound, the passion in your music. Tell us the idea behind this song, The Bahamas is Big Thing.
That's the question I was waiting for. If you think about it, listen to the song. The Bahamas is big thing. If you look at my flag carefully, this flag survived Hurricane Matthew, Hurricane Dorian. I had to be rescued. We are very, very resilient people, you understand? Yes. I know a lot of countries are resilient also, but we are so small, just under 400,000 people, if it's still the same, but we pack an enormous punch. Yep. Look at all our stars, celebrity, track and field folks that represent the country. Most of us are top in this world. We is big thing, my brother. We is big thing, but in your belly, boy. I won't put it in your belly, we is big thing.
I agree 100%. And before we get to your music, we were talking before we came on air, and you did a competition on Facebook where you had some of your fans reach out to you. So go ahead and shout out some of your fans. Like you said, represent for your fans and for the 242.
To all of my fans, I said only 5 people's name would be called, but I have like almost 11 here. I can call everyone right quick. So to my fans on Facebook and the social media around the world, Africa from Atlanta, Joey Dean, Miss Brendan, Lindsay from Andres, Gerard and Nicole Moultrie from Inagua, Samuel Williams from Inagua, Nona, Kermit, Brenda, and Dana from Freeport at 4, Freeport Minute.
Oh, Freeport.
Y'all is big thing. Y'all is big thing. All of my Bahamians all around the world. Y'all is big thing. We live on Bahamas at sunrise, man.
Well, without further ado, let's find out how big the Bahamas is. Stileet is here to perform his hit single, The Bahamas is Big Thing. Y'all enjoy this, man. Bring this energy.
Let's do this. Yeah, you see? Rake and scrape to the world. Give me the music. Yeah, you see? This your boy Stileet. 242 to the world. Y'all ready or what? Everybody in the couch watching. The Bahamas is big thing. My island is big thing. All over is big thing. The Bahamas is big thing. The Bahamas is big thing. My island is big thing. All over is big thing. The Bahamas. Let's go. Now many other country, they ain't lucky like us. With the sun to shine from dawn till dusk. From Freeport to Inagua, we can travel hassle-free. We may never leave on time, but we can check in early. Bahamas is big thing. My island is big thing. All over is big thing. The Bahamas is big thing. Bahamas is big thing. My island is big thing. The fly carrier is big thing. I think this is a game, watch it. So now big thing crew is just a few who just do they do and move right through. So if you are a part of what I just say, then open up your mouth and help represent me. The Bahamas is big thing. My island is big thing. All over is big thing. The Bahamas is big thing. The Bahamas is big thing. Moultrie is big thing. Freeport is big thing. Burrows is big thing. 242 to the world. Everybody on your couch watching this is one of this your boy Stileet live on the Bahamas at sunrise. 242 to the world, boy. 242, stand up.
Watch it. You think you've seen the world until you travel here with us. This island type of living, man, you can't get enough. You're just a teardrop of islands from many other nations. They come from near, they come from far. Everybody love our nation. Big thing, my island is big thing. All over is big thing. The Bahamas is big thing. The Bahamas is big thing. Ireland is big thing. Let me tell you something. Watch it. It doesn't matter where you from. Just remember where you come from. 242 to the world. My job is to inspire all Bahamians and everybody around the world. Love yourself, love your country. Don't let nobody tell you it can't happen. We're big thing, boy. Jump. Big thing. My island is big thing. All over is big thing. The Bahamas is big thing. The Bahamas is big thing. My island is big thing. 242 is big thing. Understand? Big thing. Watch it now. Big thing. My island is big thing. All over is big thing. The Bahamas is big thing. Santal is big thing. Cat Island is big thing. Rumkey is big thing. Right, the Bahamas is big thing. Hey, look, I got new music coming. Go to my YouTube and subscribe. Follow me. We live on the Bahamas at sunrise. Only in the morning, by Stileet in the building. In your belly. So lift up your heads to the rising sun. I pledge my allegiance to the Commonwealth of this land. The Bahamas. When it comes to my Bahamas, there is no contest. Bahamas is big thing. My island is big thing. All over it, big thing. The Bahamas is big thing. The Bahamas is big thing. My island is big thing. 242 is big thing. Shankaroo is big thing. The 58 is big thing. The road to the 58. The Freeport Dam is big thing. Shankaroo is my country is 242 is Waking State is from 314 Nago, but your thing is the game. Auckland, Elutra, Megona, Inagua, Freeport, Nassau, in your belly, Exomo, who I ain't call, you know you is big thing.
And you hear Bahamas at Sunrise. I don't know, Bahamas at Sunrise is big thing. Hey, man, we need to bring you every week.
Hold on right there.
Hold that.
Look at this flag. We survived Hurricane Matthew, Hurricane Dorian. We's resilient people, Bahamians. Don't give up. Let me let you all know something. We's big thing. Pass the baton on.
We got it. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back. Stileet in the house, everybody. Don't go far.
Hi, I'm Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, a local international bank that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
You are invited to the 32nd Annual Bahamas Business Outlook on Thursday, January 19th at the Bahamar Convention Center with keynote speaker Prime Minister the Right Honorable Philip Davis. A diverse slate of speakers from various industries will address the theme Forward, Upward, Onward Together in celebration of the nation's 50th year of independence. Register now at tclevents.com to attend. The in-person rate is $275, or you can join virtually for $200. Don't miss Bahamas Business Outlook, January 19th.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We hope that last section made you feel like a big thing. You seem to feel like a big thing, Mark.
Are you ready? Let's go ahead and run it again. And we'd like to thank Stileet for being with us this morning. bringing the energy. Yo, check out the tune, Big Thing. Where we can find your music, Stileet?
You can go, first of all, go to YouTube and subscribe to my channel. We need the views so I can make money and come back and endorse everything in the Bahamas.
There you go.
Go to social media, Stileet, Stileet, the body animal. I love you all.
And that's going to do it for us today. We're probably going to do a little more raking and scraping here. But don't forget next week to check out the Bahamas Business Outlook. And it's happening next week. When is it happening next week? I can't even remember now.
Thursday. January 19th.
Check out Bahamas Business Outlook. But for now, Bahamas and Sunrise is Big Thing. We here with Stileet. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see y'all on Monday.
The Bahamas is Big Thing.
To the world. The Bahamas is big thing. My island is big thing. All over is big thing. The Bahamas is big thing. The Bahamas is big thing. My island is big thing. All over is big thing. The Bahamas is big thing. Now many other countries ain't lucky like us. Let the sun does shine from dawn till dusk. From Freeport to Yolanda, we can travel hassle-free. We may never leave on time, but we can check in early. Bahamas is big thing. My island is big thing. All over is big thing. The Bahamas is big thing. Bahamas is big thing. My island is big thing. The flag carrier is big thing. The Bahamas is big thing. So now big thing crew is just a few who just do they do and move right through. So if you are a part of what I just say, then open up your mouth and help represent me. The Bahamas is big thing. My island is big thing. All